at least here in the South, we have to tap into what's there, what's still there. Now, in other parts of the country, this is going to be very difficult. And even in large parts of the South, I think it's difficult because you have transient, I don't mean homeless people, I mean corporate drones who transfer in and out, with great rapidity. And nobody puts in roots. But we have to find local people. I had one of our Father John's and I's classmates was for many years a mission priest in Savannah. And he would talk to me and he said, this is so disheartening. I catechize somebody, I spend months catechizing somebody, baptize them, and then 3 weeks later, they're transferred. He said, I've got a transient population. And I looked at him, I said, Skip, you're preaching to the wrong people. By which I don't mean don't preach to the corporate drones. They need God like everybody else does, or maybe more. But what I said was, you got to go out and convert some of the old guard. You've got to go out, which in Savannah is next to impossible. That would require divine intervention in Savannah, Georgia. But you've got to tap into an existing community here. I don't think we can just create a community that's a Sunday morning community and we can have meals together and all this kind of stuff. But 90% of your life is spent with other people in your neighborhoods, and that's what's got to be sanctified. That's what we've got to get to. And the only thing I can think of is that we need to tap into those relationships that are there. In the South, it's a lot easier for us to do that than it is in other parts of the world because we still have this sense of neighborliness. We still know our relatives. Whenever Andrew Lytle would meet somebody, the first question he asked him is, where do you bury? Because Southerners, we go down to I-40, go 2 hours in either direction, and I can show you the graves of my grandparents, my great-grandparents, my great-great-grandparents, my great-great-great-grandparents. And although I've never been there, I know the name of the cemetery where my great-great-great-great-grandparents are buried. And a bunch of cousins buried on the campus of UNC because they donated the land on which the University of North Carolina now sits. In other words, Southerners, we still... This is a living reality for us. This is not something we have to learn anew. And so I think we have to tap into that and we have to say, look, there is a Western tradition. Yes, it went off the rails. Yes, it became deformed, but we are restoring that which has been deformed. We're not imposing something new. Good liturgical English is perfectly Anglo-Saxon. Beautiful church architecture that doesn't look Russian or Balkan is we have our own architectural traditions, and we have to tap into that, I believe.